Hello, hello, hello. What's up, Traction Marketing community? This is Ferny going live here. Let me make sure that everything is working. What is up? Hey, guys. All right. The ultimate cage match. This is what we're going to talk about as you guys start rolling in. Just let me know where you guys are coming in from. We're going to be talking about TikTok and Reels. Which one's better? Who wins if put in a cage match? If put in a WWE style cage match, we had to pit the two platforms against each other, or if you had to choose only between one platform, because it can be pretty overwhelming being multiple platforms, which do you choose? Which wins? Which is better? Which will outlast the other? And so I'm going to be addressing some of these. And then also, I'm just going to be talking about the overall opportunity that exists with both platforms. And I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of each platform. And it's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to also give some prophecies, if you will, some predictions. There are pros and cons to both platforms, and that can be the difference between whether you choose to participate in both or one or the other. Or none is also a possibility, but I don't think that would be wise. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Ferny. I'm co-founder of attractionmarketing.com. Been training network marketers on how to build their businesses online since 2006. If you can believe that, 2006. I first discovered the techniques of attraction marketing back in 2006 as well from my mentors, Mike Dillard and Tim Irway. Tim Irway is actually my business partner today in the exact same company that I started with as a student. This company, Attraction Marketing, has been around since 2005. I was a student. Now I'm a partner in the company that gave me my start. So I'm really proud and excited to continue this legacy. Actually my business partner, Tim, CEO of Attraction Marketing, has been building network marketing businesses since 2001. So I just find it really funny that only recently some of the older trainers in the space are talking about social media. It's like, and building online. It's like, guys, this has been existed for so long, and it's gone through many different iterations. It's gone through many different, it's, you could say, evolution, if you will. But the fundamentals are always the same. I want to talk about some of those fundamentals here, because many of our students who are crushing it right now on TikTok and Reels would not be able to crush it if they have not gotten mentorship from us around the idea and the philosophy and the strategy behind attraction marketing. We got to remember TikTok, Reels, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, whatever you choose to participate in, those are all tactics. If you don't have a strategy, then you're going to, basically be spinning your wheels and get really frustrated. So strategy is a key part. I'm going to talk about that here today as well. Give me some hearts in the live here in on Instagram. I just want to, I'm going to, what happens if I wave at you? Oh, wait. Okay, I can wave back. Okay, sorry. I was just waving on Instagram. I don't know what to do there. All right, so let's get into it. TikTok versus Reels. By the way, if you want to get training, really hardcore training on how to crush it with TikTok and Reels, and on both platforms, also TikTok, Reels on Instagram and Facebook, those are different. I'm going to talk about those differences. If you want to get training on how to be effective at all those things, then there's a special training product that we're working on right now, that we've made available, and we're only making available until Black Friday, and then the doors will close. And it's called our 15-second video prospecting machine. Go check it out. Go to attractionmarketing.com/15. attractionmarketing.com/15 for a deep discount on that course. So it's 50% discount right now until Black Friday. It is a comprehensive bundle of courses on TikTok, on Reels for Instagram, Reels for Facebook, and then also content planning. How do you actually create content and strategize for an entire month so that you're not on social media all the time? So check that out. All right, let's hop into it. So here are my thoughts, and I'm going to, here are my thoughts. And I'm going to start with TikTok. If you saw my live that I did a couple weeks ago, on just the revolution that TikTok has created with their new algorithm. TikTok was the first to the market. So the first thing that TikTok has going for it, it was the first platform to market with this new algorithm. It's called the content graph. Previously, Facebook had made famous something called the social graph. The social graph was like basically you meet people or meet friends, connect with those people, and then when you create content, obviously your followers will see that, and maybe those followers, if they like your content, will share your content with other people, or they interact with the content so much that other their friends will see it, and so then their friends will interact with that content, and that's how stuff went viral. Stuff went viral through your followers. It was your followers sharing or interacting with a piece of content so much because it was that great that they wanted to share it, and then those people shared it, and then those people shared it, and those people shared it. So the social graph depended on people for your content to be shown. Um, which is kind of frustrating if you don't have a following or if you're just barely getting started. TikTok came into the space after so many years of this being the way social media worked and flipped it on its head. And basically, TikTok says, we don't care how many followers you have. We're going to show your content to us to a few hundred people. And if they like your content, then we're going to show it to more people. And if they like your content, we're going to show it to thousands of people. And at that point, there's like a review process, and they make sure that through that review process, there's nothing illegal or against their rules on that content. And then when they show it to thousands of people, if those people like it, and there's a whole grading system on what liking means. And I talked about that in my last live, but it's essentially having to do with like the sharing, the commenting, the liking, the following, the saving, all that stuff. And so if those people like it, then someone at TikTok will actually choose to make your content go viral. There's a button that they press and they say your content is viral worthy, and they press the button and it goes viral. And that's how you get exposure. And it didn't matter how many followers you had. It didn't matter if you were new to the platform. One of the people you're going to learn from inside the 15-second video prospecting machine, if you go to that link I shared above, within a week, their first week got over 1.1 million views on a single video, exploding her audience on TikTok. It was crazy, and previously no audience. And so how is that possible? Well, it's the content graph. So TikTok invented this way of doing social media, and that's the reason it was so popular with all these millennials and all these young people, because it didn't depend on their friends or what their friends thought. Their content was shown, figured out who would like this content the most. So TikTok tries to figure out who would this content be best for, and then shows it to those people. And if they like it, it does everything I just shared before. So I've seen the pro that TikTok has going for it is that I've seen more videos go viral on TikTok. So I've seen more videos go viral on TikTok than I have on Reels. So that's just the honest truth. Let me know. Drop me a number one if you guys have noticed that, or have you seen the opposite. And feel free to disagree with me. Like I'm going off of really what my students and clients have been doing on TikTok. What's funny is like I barely have a presence on TikTok. I have much more presence on Instagram, definitely more on Facebook. Um, but I can understand what's happening, and I can coach my clients and our students through it who have gotten millions of views on both platforms. And so I'd love to get your feedback, your thoughts on, do you agree with me? First and foremost, I personally have seen more videos go viral. If I see the same person on TikTok and Reels, the same video will get more exposure, generally speaking, on TikTok than it will on Reels. Sometimes it's not the case, but in terms of going viral, in terms of millions in views, I haven't seen too many Reels have millions of views from a business standpoint on Reels, but definitely seen it on TikTok. Doesn't mean Reels are bad. I'm going to talk about that. And so that's really what TikTok has going for it. Now, the cons of TikTok. Well, there's one con that I wasn't going to mention, but I'll mention it anyway. That potentially, TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, and pretty much any Chinese company is owned by the government, even if they say it isn't. So there's these levels of separation, but it's there's that if you're worried about that. But from a just a functional business standpoint, if it's good for business, the TikTok cons are its messenger function is not great. It's very cumbersome to message people. It's not as engaging, or people don't get notified as cleanly as they do with, like, let's say, Facebook Messenger. I think most of us use Facebook Messenger a lot more than we use any other type of messenger. And so, is the TOS of TikTok a big con? Uh, Spell out TOS. I'm not sure what you mean. So anyway, so yeah, so the messenger function is not great. And so what happens is most of our students who are using TikTok, or most people who are using it for business, and are doing it the organic way, meaning they don't have any type of automation set up where they can just send people to a link or something. They have to actually engage with them and talk to them, and then, from there, sell them a product. Um, and so that's very cumbersome on TikTok. So what the strategy is, like, they try to get them off TikTok. They basically, when they start a conversation with somebody on TikTok, they go, "Oh, do you have Facebook Messenger? Do you have this other platform, or they try to get them off TikTok, because again, the messenger conversation, the function and the app for messaging is not very great, and convos need to be taken outside. And so also you need a thousand followers to have a bio link for a certain type of profile. And so, and I think personal profile, you definitely can't have a bio link until you have 1,000 followers. You can have a link if you have a business account, but then you can't use any of the trending videos and or trending sounds. So that's cumbersome. And also, just on a personal level, some of the content on TikTok when you first get on it can be really scary. And by scary, I mean it's really worrying. um, TikTok does not know who you are or what you like when you first log on. So when you first log on, you're going to see basically like Sodom and Gomorrah type content. It's like the end, like you think the world is going to end based on what you see these young people do. And that's because TikTok is taking an average profile of what the average person on TikTok likes, which is mostly very, very young people and immature people, and then just not so great people, and that gets mixed into the algorithm, and you see that. But then as you start using it and following people that you like, that share your values, both business and personally, then all of a sudden that stuff disappears, and what appears is actually stuff that you actually like and enjoy. And so I don't know, have you guys noticed that? Drop me number one if you've noticed that when you first not logged out of TikTok, things were kind of crazy. And for me, I had to like turn off the app like 10 times over the course of like a year. Like I opened it, I was like, oh, let me give this a shot. And then I was like, ugh, and then I close it. um, so yeah, so that's what's happening with TikTok. It'd be pretty scary. In terms of service, uh, I'm not sure the terms of service is a big con. TikTok does not allow MLM content. Like you can't be pitching MLM, but they know that it's being used for business. So I think if you more talk about, if you're going to be talking about network marketing, then you're talking about like training other network marketers. I think that's fine. You have no issues. If you're talking about, adding value to people and that leading to a sale of retail product, and they don't need to know, you need to mention your network marketing company or anything about it, then I think you can be all right as well. Now, I will say TikTok has banned certain company domains. So people that have tried to link from their bio to their product page for their network marketing company, that network marketing company's domain has been banned from TikTok because they see all of a sudden a bunch of people sending traffic to this one domain, and so they basically connect the dots and they go, "Oh, this is an MLM company," and they ban them. And so that's definitely something, for our students. We teach them how to avoid that issue. And guess what? You don't send people to your company page. is number one. It's okay if it works for you in the beginning, but eventually it won't work for that reason. All right, so that's TikTok. Let me talk about Reels. And here are the pros and Reels. And it's going to sound like I'm biased towards Reels. I don't care, but it's just, this is what I notice. Reels, the pros for Reels is, it's part of the Facebook and Instagram ecosystem. So that's already a big con because it can be used as in a broader social media strategy. If you already have a presence on Facebook, Instagram, and you're doing other types of posts, then it can be used in a broader social media strategy. In fact, the product, the 15-second video prospecting machine, in that product, there's actually training in there done by a seven-figure earner who's a student of ours, um, on how she uses Instagram, where Reels is really the top of the funnel, meaning how she attracts people to her, but then chooses the strategically uses the other functionalities of Instagram to move people along the buying process or the funnel, and strategically post different types of content that eventually causes those people to pop as customers if they didn't already, weren't interested already. And so it's really interesting. So you use Reels to bring people in, but then the rest of the social platform can be used to funnel people towards the action that you want them to take, and same on Facebook. And so you can use it as as a broader social media strategy. Also, if you're already using Facebook and Instagram, then it's an easy in to using Reels, and you don't have to create another. You don't have to download another app. You don't have to create another account or any of that stuff. Also, because it's connected to that ecosystem, it's part of Messenger. So you can transition if you have if someone's interested in your product, then it's an easy to transition them into a Messenger conversation or invite them into a group. Um, so inviting them into a group where maybe in that group is where you do most of the social proof and the presentation of your product in that group. Well, it's a seamless transition. That's harder on TikTok, but there is a way to do it. I have very successful students of mine who have a monster retail business from TikTok, and they do actually funnel people from TikTok into Facebook for messenger conversations and groups for that reason. So there is a way to do it. It's just not as obvious. All right. So, and then also the big plus of Reels is, again, most people are on Facebook and Instagram, so it's kind of like there's a bigger audience, potential audience. Although TikTok is catching up. TikTok is the biggest threat to Facebook's dominance of social media right now. And also you can, in Facebook and on Instagram, you can put a link in your bio for everybody. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. There's no requirements. Guys, is this valuable? Drop me number 5 if you're learning something about pros and cons of TikTok and if it's helping you make some decisions on where to focus your time. So drop me number 5. Let me know that this is valuable. I'll continue doing this if it is. If it's not valuable, then I will stop and leave forever. No, just kidding. All right, now the cons of Reels is what I have noticed is that there's not as much viral exposure on Reels like there is on TikTok. It's still very good. Many of my students who have gotten millions of views for some videos on TikTok pretty easily have still gotten, thousands, tens of thousands of views on Reels. But it's not a million. So it's 10,000, tens of thousands of views, which is really good. And that produces a lot of customers, but it's not a million. And I'm not sure the reason. It might be that how Reels chooses to take something viral is a little different from TikTok, although they pretty much kind of ripped off the algorithm. But it's not an exact replica of TikTok. So you're not going to see the same behavior on TikTok for a video that you're going to see on Reels. And so it's still very good. You still generate a lot of customers from Reels, probably because the ecosystem on Facebook and Instagram is so neatly tight together. Then you don't have to get as much exposure for your videos to produce the same result. But yeah, that's just what I noticed. Like you don't expect your videos to hit a million views on Reels. Now, Facebook and IGs are different, and our IG Reels and Facebook Reels are a little different. So that can be really confusing. IG Reels is more mature than Facebook Reels. I don't know how come they don't like roll things out together, but it's so that can create confusion. And I remember I was posting content or through my company, my team was posting content on my personal profile, and the content was limited to like 30 seconds, whereas on Facebook Reels, but on IG Reels, it can go to up to a minute. And so that made planning for content really difficult. Now I have to create a 30-minute version, a 30-second version, and a minute version of the same piece of content. Really annoying. And so that part can be a little confusing. And it's very easy to get lost with all the different features on Facebook and Instagram, because you have regular posts, you have regular videos, you have live video like we're doing now. You have stories, and so how do you use it all together strategically? It's kind of like all these different opportunities for creating content, but what how do you kind of make sense of it? That's part of what one of my students who created a training on exactly this inside of the 15-second video prospecting machine, on how to use everything as a funnel. But if you don't have that training, then it's all really confusing. On TikTok, it's far more straightforward. It's just like you're posting short videos. That's all you're doing. Now the next big feature is they give you the ability to roll out a little bit of longer video and a little bit of longer video, and then they have a live video, but the live video doesn't record. So it's just you can only be seen live, kind of like a little bit like IG Reels, although this recording of this reel or of this live will actually go into Reels if I keep it under a certain time. Um, and so that's the pros and cons of both. Now, which one should you choose based on based on what I shared? Um, I think one, you need to make a decision based on these pros and cons. Two, I think ultimately, my prediction is ultimately, um, Facebook and Instagram will probably outlast, or kind of win in the war, with TikTok. And I only say that because of the skepticism, that I have around a Chinese company owning the parent company of TikTok. I think that there's probably going to be some political thing that happens in the future with TikTok. Um, Also, what I see happening is that both these platforms, the functionality, the ability to go viral as easily as you can with these platforms, I think will actually eventually diminish. So eventually the ability to kind of get the exposure you're getting right now will go away, or will start diminish. So it'll be harder and harder to get the viral exposure. So right now you want to strike when the iron's hot. If you have the ability to attract an audience to you using Reels and TikTok, then use one or both of those platforms to attract an audience, because it's very likely not going to be as easy in the future. As has This has happened with every new rollout of a feature or social network, that Facebook has done. I remember when Facebook Lives, you used to go to Facebook Lives, and all of a sudden all these people popped up, and it would just be shown to like random people that you didn't know, and it was a great thing. um but then, over time, as you did Facebook Lives, fewer and fewer people that you didn't know showed up on those lives. It was just your followers. And so it was just because Facebook was trying to promote that particular feature and encourage you to use it by giving you this like extra perk of it being shown to more people. I suspect that probably something like that will happen with Reels. And so I have some concerns, but right now you want to use it as a tactic. It's great. You can attract an audience. It's pretty much the best way I've seen in a very long time to be able to like more or less passively attract people to you without you having to prospect, without you having to send cold messages. Don't ever do that. Anyway, even if Facebook, even if Reels and TikTok didn't exist, I would never recommend doing that. But now you don't have to spend as much time talking to people to attract them. You spend the time talking to them after they've come to you because of the opportunity that these platforms have offered us. Um, and so Tanya, we're posting numbers just that I said things like, if you're enjoying this live, drop me a number one in the comments. That's what's happening. Um, and so yeah, so that's my opinion. I think right now the opportunity is great. I don't think the opportunity will be as powerful later on. I think ultimately everyone who wants to be successful with social media is going to need to learn it on a much more fundamental level, meaning they're going to need to learn the art and the philosophy and the skill set of attraction marketing. That's the reason our students, year after year, as social media has changed, have continued to crush it with whatever social platform they're on and whatever new features. It's because they have this foundational training on attraction marketing, they immediately know how to apply their skills to be successful. Like when, you know, literally two of our students that you're going to be learning from in the 15-second video prospecting machine have gone viral within a week or 30 days of being on TikTok. And the only reason they went viral is because they already had the background of like working with us. And so when they applied their strategy for messaging on those platforms, it's like in a very short period of time, they went viral. It wasn't because they were like had mastered the TikTok platform or the Reels platform. They went viral because they had mastered attraction marketing. They knew how to message something so that it can resonate with the audience, the perfect prospect that they want to attract. Again, so all right. So if you want to learn about not only how to use these platforms and attract an audience, but if you want to learn the foundational part of what goes into being successful with any platform that'll come out in the future, go to attractionmarketing.com slash the number 15 and check out the 15-minute or 15-second video prospecting machine course bundle. It's a bundle of courses of a total value of about $1,000 retail value. If you bought them separately, you get it right now for 50% off until Black Friday. And there's some fast mover bonuses, including some opportunities to have coaching calls with me, and also some fast mover bonuses where you can get the full recordings of an event we did in Las Vegas where our 6, 7, and 8-figure friends did training on all things social media and building your business 100% online without having to do any of the stuff you hate about network marketing. So that is also a bonus for the first that'll be 30 people. And so go check that out. And that's a wrap. I'm done sharing on my opinion on TikTok and Reels. I think they're both great opportunities. They both have pros and cons. And I think the opportunity window will be closing over the next year. And so you want to strike right now and not wait. But of course, if you have the fundamentals of attraction marketing, if you have the mentorship like our students had, then whatever comes next, you'll be able to be successful with as well. So take care, everybody. Have an amazing day. We will talk soon.